Hello everyone, welcome to Serendipity in Quarantine. Today we are going to see 9th Standard Geography NCERT's third chapter, that is Drainage System. So first we will be seeing what is drainage. So it describes river system of an area. The area drained by a single river system is called a drainage basin. So sometimes what happens, geographical features like mountains or uplands separate two drainage system, so it is called as water divide. For example, here the stream A and stream B is divided by this water divide. It can be a mountain or an upland, but you can see there are two different drainage systems. Important fact is given here that Amazon river has the largest drainage system. So in India, there are two major groups of rivers: Himalayan river and peninsular rivers. They are based on their names are based on the origin. For example, Himalayan rivers originate from Himalayan mountains, and peninsular rivers originate from peninsula. Himalayan rivers are mostly perennial. That means they have water throughout the year, because they receive water from rainfall as well as melted snow from glaciers. And in perennial rivers there is water flow throughout the year. Himalayan rivers they are intensely erosional. They carry huge loads of silt and sand, and this erosion mostly happens in upper course, and in middle and lower course they form various erosional activities like meanders, oxbow lakes, etc. Here in this diagram we can observe that this is the upper course, and this is middle course, and this is lower course. So from here the river originates. It causes erosion activities like valleys and gorges. Then when it comes to middle course, it starts meandering. Meandering is like taking a shape of snake. After meander, in lower course, this part of the river splits up and forms a different water body. It is called oxbow lake because it is shaped as oxbow. Then in the lower course, at the end it forms delta. In case of peninsular rivers, they are mostly seasonal and dependent on rainfall itself. Hence during summer they are dry or have very low flow. Some rivers originate on central highland and they flow towards the west, but most of the rivers originate in western ghats and then they flow towards Bay of Bengal. So now we will be seeing each river system separately. So first take Himalayan river, in which we will be seeing rivers like Indus, Ganga, Brahmaputra, etc. So river along with its tributary are called river system. Now I will be explaining the chapter through map itself. So this is map of major rivers in India. So first let us consider Indus river system. Indus river originates in Tibet near Manas Sarovar lake. Its main tributaries are Zaskar, Nubra, Shok, Hunza. It flows through Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh region, and also through Gilgit-Baltistan region of Pakistan occupied Kashmir. This region is in news during this quarantine because Pakistan announced elections in this region. Indus river then emerged at Attock, and it flows in Pakistan. At Mithankot, its 5 tributaries join itself. These are Satluj, Bias, Ravi, Chenab and Jhelum. Then Indus river flows near Karachi, and it joins to Arabian Sea. One more important fact about Indus river is Indus Water Treaty. It was signed between India and Pakistan, and it decided that the water from rivers like Ravi, Satluj and Bias will be used by India and from waters from rivers like Indus, Jhelum, Chenab will be used by Pakistan. So this treaty was also in use. Then let us consider another major system, which is Ganga river system. Ganga originates in Gangotri glacier in one part, which is called as Bhagirathi river, and then it is joined by another river called Alaknanda at Devprayag. Then Ganga flows towards the east. Yamuna is also one of its tributary. It originates in Yamunotri glacier and then it flows parallel to Ganga. Yamuna meets at Ganga at Allahabad, which is now renamed as Prayagraj. Then there are some tributaries of Ganga which originate in Nepal, Himalayas. For example, Ghagra, Gandak and Kosi. Kosi river is called as sorrow of Bihar because it causes floods in Bihar. Then rivers which originate in peninsular Himalaya like Chambal, Betwa, Son are also tributaries of Ganga. Ganga then flows through West Bengal and it bifurcates in two rivers, Bhagirathi and Hooghly. Hooghly river flows through Kolkata. Ganga part which flows in Bangladesh is called as Meghna. It forms Sundarban Delta over here, which are famous for Indian Bengal tigers. Then second river system is Brahmaputra river system. Brahmaputra also originates in Tibet near Manas Sarovar on its east side. It flows through China, in which it is called as Tsangpo river. Then at Namcha Barwa it takes U-turn and enters into India through Arunachal Pradesh. Here it is called Dihang river. Then rivers like Lohit river, Dibang river join to form Brahmaputra, which flows through Assam and it again enters into Bangladesh. Then let us go to peninsular rivers. The important river is peninsula is Narmada, which is west flowing river. It originates at Amarkantak hill in Madhya Pradesh, where it causes rift valleys. Here it causes marble rocks at Jabalpur, which are picturesque. Then it causes deep gorges and also Dhauladhar waterfall. It flows from MP and Gujarat and then enters into Arabian Sea. Second important west flowing river is Tapi river. It originates in Satpura range at Betul district of Madhya Pradesh. It flows parallel to Narmada river. It flows from MP, Maharashtra and Gujarat, then enters to Arabian Sea. Another important west flowing rivers are Sabarmati river, Mahi, Bharatpuzha and Periyar river. Most important river in peninsula is Godavari, which is also called as Dakshin Ganga. It is the largest peninsular river. It originates at Trambakeshwar and it flows from state of Maharashtra, MP, parts of MP, Gujarat, Odisha, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. Its important tributaries are Purna, Vardha, Pranahita, Penganga, Vainganga, Manjra, etc. Then let's see Mahanadi river system. Mahanadi originates at Chhattisgarh and it flows from Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand and Odisha. Chilika Lake is important geographical feature on Mahanadi. Then let's see Krishna river. Krishna river also originates in Mahabaleshwar in Maharashtra. Then it flows from Maharashtra to Karnataka, then from Telangana to Andhra Pradesh. Its tributaries are Tungabhadra, Koyna, Musi, Ghataprabha and Bhima. Then Kaveri river, which was in news recently, originates in Brahmagiri Hills in Western Ghats. Its tributaries are Amravati, Bhavani, Himavati, Kabini. It flows from Karnataka, then Kerala and Tamil Nadu. It has second biggest waterfall called Shiva Samudram on Kaveri. Then we will be seeing second important drainage system, which are lakes. So whenever you are mostly going to any tourist place, you see there are lakes. For example, in Kashmir there is Dal Lake where houseboats and shikaras are there. Then in Nainital there is Nainital Lake. Then in Rajasthan there are various lakes. So India has many lakes. These differ in from each other in sizes and other characteristics. There are some lakes formed because of the inland drainage. Some lakes are formed because of the glacier and ice sheets, and some are made because of the human activities. We saw oxbow lakes in previously. So they are formed because of meandering river. It cuts off the some of its parts and form oxbow lake. For example, then there is spit bars from lagoons, and they in coastal areas, and they form lakes like Chilika Lake, Koleru Lake, etc. Sambar Lake in Rajasthan is saltwater lake. In Himalayan region there are mostly freshwater lakes, but there are some exceptions like Vular Lake in Jammu Kashmir. It is formed because of the tectonic activity. Then the largest freshwater lakes in Himalayan region are Dal Lake, Bhimtal, Nainital, Loktak and Barapani. Some of the lakes are very large that they are called as seas. So for example, Caspian Sea, Dead Sea, Aral Sea. So here you can see this is Caspian Sea, and compare it with, in case of size, with India. This is India. So you can see how large is this lake, and so it is called as sea. This is Aral Sea. Some of the lakes are formed because of they are man-made. For example, Bhakra Nangal project has Guru Gobind Sagar. These lakes are important for developing hydel power. So drainage system also play important role in economy. In case of irrigation, navigation, hydropower generation, and it also provide livelihood to many population. One factor which is causing trouble in river system is river pollution. It is because of growing domestic, municipal, industrial and agricultural demands of water from rivers, and it affects its quality. Untreated sewage, industrial effluents, they are emptied into rivers, and this causes erosion of and pollution of these rivers. Because of increasing urbanization and industrialization, pollution levels are increasing, and because of which the dissolved oxygen level is decreasing. So this causes trouble for underwater wildlife. So this was the end of drainage system of India. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to this channel. I'll be seeing you in the next video. Thank you.